Now it's your turn to be in a video, Megan.
I see. I thought you looked really suspicious. I was like, what's up with you?
I thought, now that we're on top of a mountain, it would be a really good time to tell people stuff about Japan that they don't know, or that they do know and might not believe is true.
Okay,
So let's start with the toilets.
the toilets.
The toilets in Japan.
They are varied. They can go from just like a trough in the ground, literally with a hole in it.
Like where you imagine people like squatting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
And it's like you don't want to. You want to be careful about not treading in the toilet.
Yeah.
And you don't want to lose your valuables. And then they go from that to like works of engineering.
Yeah, well there's
Like
the
a
middle
million
ground, isn't
buttons.
there?
Oh,
So you got the middle ground, which are like the toilets that you recognise in Britain,
Yeah.
except they have like a hole in the top where like when you flush, it's
Oh,
almost
yeah.
like a little sink on the top.
yeah, and water will come down in a little stream. And
So you
that, I just thought it was a fun feature, but Brendan suggests that that's actually to wash your hands.
Well, yeah, loads of times in Japan, like there isn't soap.
Yeah, which is weird. Like, you think Japan's really clean, and it is. Like, there's never litter anywhere, and it doesn't look dirty. But then, if you go in the toilet, there often won't be any soap.
Yeah, it's quite a strange thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's they seem to wash with water quite a lot. Like outside of shrines and stuff, there are like pools of water that you're meant to purify yourself with and just like wash your
Get
hands.
the ladle, and you're like pour, and then apparently you're meant to do your mouth as well. But I've never seen anyone do that.
No, I've never seen anybody do their mouth. Not yet, anyway.
No, there's always time.
Yeah, we don't hang out at shrines for that long.
No, it's like once you've seen a few shrines, they're all pretty much the same.
Okay, so back onto the topic of
Anyway,
toilets.
sorry. What did you have more to say? Oh yeah, the
Yeah, we-
works of engineering.
yeah, we
with
go
all
to the super
buttons.
toilets.
Yeah, like it's often, like pretty damn often. Like in our hostel, we've got a little control pad for the toilet. I haven't engaged that much in them
No?
because
You
I'm
haven't
not
experimented?
really a fan. There'll be like a button for like a male wash and a female wash, and then if you press the button, a little tube will come out and then shoot water straight up at you.
Yeah. Right at your butt. And at varying temperature. Like I've experimented by every toilet I give it a quick go. And like the one in the hostel, like the last time I used it was actually really hot.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was really uncomfortable.
You could stop using it, Brendan.
Well, you gotta see, they're all a bit different because they like the only diagram they tend to have is just like a small little like rounded W shape,
Yeah,
essentially
a
a
butt.
butt
Yeah.
with like a
Just
sprinkle
little-
of water.
Like at the top of a cartoon whale.
Yeah, like going towards the between the cheeks
Yeah.
in the diagram, and like if you press that button, I didn't like obviously. It starts to spit water at you, but I didn't realise if you pressed it again, this is Meg's experimentation, it then starts to like pivot back and forward.
Like,
I'm going to zoom out and give you come on Meg, you can demonstrate. There you go, just like that. So you can get a nice thorough wash of the area, because there's a little button to like, I guess you can adjust the distance that this little nozzle comes out, front and rear.
oh okay.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not- Brendan's experimented with this more than me.
Yeah.
Like often he'll go into the toilet and I won't see him for 10 minutes.
But yeah, well, there's like different toilets. So some of
Yeah.
them, they have like what is essentially like a cyborg arm that comes out of the toilet, and like all of the buttons are on there, and there's no explanation. The one in the last hostel we were at had like the buttons on a panel on the side,
Oh yeah, yeah.
so they had like instructions. So that's why I knew like which ones were front and rear, and which was the power. And then there's like the deodorizer on button.
Yeah.
So if you're like doing a poo, you can like turn it
Yeah.
on.
Or you can play the sound of a toilet flushing, so people can't hear you poo.
Yeah. But everybody then
Very
knows you're pooing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you listen to the toilet flush.
Yeah, like the first day I was in Japan, like I heard somebody doing that, and I was like, I clearly know what you're doing.
Maybe it's out of kindness for other people. Maybe other
Maybe.
people don't want to
It is
hear like.
Just more pleasant.
Yeah, it's a really hard one.
Brendan, I know we're talking about toilets, but
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, you can experiment with the different angles and the like kind of back and forth motion. I don't know. I haven't actually pressed the female button.
I mean, I assume it's just a different angle.
Yeah. It doesn't seem
not
to be
gonna
that
go into
special.
it.
You're not going to go into it.
No.
So there you go. The toilets in Japan are as crazy as you hear. Oh,
Yeah.
they almost always seem to have heated seats.
Oh yeah, I've never been able to turn it on though, because like obviously all these instructions are in Japanese usually.
Yeah, when in the Park Lodge one, the toggle for the heat essentially was just a small dial on the top of the toilet seat. So every time before I'd sit down, I'd like turn it up to max, and then
you'd be like,
enjoy a nice toasty butt, and then turn it back down again for kindness to other people who might not want toasty warm butts.
oh, I just have to go by luck. Like sometimes I'll sit down and somebody's left it on, and I'll be like, ooh.
But like, yeah, because in England, like if you've got a warm toilet seat, that means someone's been there, and it's a
Yeah.
little bit uncomfortable. Whereas like in Japan, it's just like it's normal, and also it's a bit comfortable. You know, it's not cold.
Yeah.
You don't go ooh like oh.
Yeah, the only issue is that it like accentuates the contrast between the bits of your butt on the seat and the rest of your butt, so the rest of it feels really cold.
I've not had that problem. I think you have butt circulation problems.
Maybe.
So yeah, that's our summary
Yeah,
of toilets in
we can
Japan
start talking about
from the top of a
butts now.
mountain.
Yeah. Was that all you wanted to discuss?
Like, there's loads more, but we can say it for another time.
Okay.